Throughout the course of this video, we are going to talk about hard buttons and soft or virtual buttons. The hard buttons are exactly that. They are the 5 buttons on either side of the actual multiplex unit. The soft or virtual buttons are what you are going to press on the display screen. The AC button. This button measures the amount of electrical 110-volt electricity coming into the motorhome. Electrical power from a shoreline connection or the generator feeds the information to this screen. Your motorhome is also equipped with an inverter. This inverter will take 12-volt battery power from the batteries and convert the electricity to 110 volts. The inverter is really handy to use when generator or shoreline connections are not available or needed, but when you need power for the TVs, refrigerators, and a few select outlets. The 110-volt system has 2 lines coming into the coach. Each line will be represented on the screen. These values should be equal or close to each other. The power source button will show what source is being used to power the unit. To toggle from one source to the other, continue to push the virtual button on the touch screen. To start the generator, hold the Gen Virtual buttons for 3 to 5 seconds until the generator fires up and continues to run. The inverter function is also listed on this menu. The options for the inverter are disabled or pass-through. If the generator or shore power is available, the inverter will be disabled. If the pass-through function is selected, the inverter will provide 110-volt electricity when generator or shore power is removed. The AGS virtual button controls the automatic generator start on the motorhome. The AGS system provides a backup solution to make sure batteries in the unit stay charged. With AGS, you can program the generator to come on automatically, like when the interior temperature of the motorhome starts climbing, or even the amount of battery power or the loss of shore power. When the AGS is engaged, a separate screen pops up to warn about potential hazards with starting the AGS system in an enclosed or unventilated area. Make sure your motorhome is in a place where generator use is allowed. This is important to point out. Each time power to the coach has been removed, the generator has been started and stopped, the ignition is turned on and off, the parking brake is released and applied, or if it's been inactive for 30 days, the AGS function will turn off and you will need to reactivate the AGS function. The block heater virtual button controls the 110-volt element inside the engine. The block heater requires the generator or shore power to be engaged. The block heater warms the engine oil, making for easier starts in cold weather. The block heater is always recommended before starting when the air temperature is below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. The block heater will not function if any zone of the climate control is set to cool. When you press the inverter charge virtual button, it takes you from the home screen to the IC screen. This screen serves up a lot of information. It shows the power status throughout the coach, any inverter faults that may have taken place, and the model number of the inverter. To leave this screen and return to the AC screen, push the AC Power Page virtual button at the bottom of the screen or the AC Hard button on the side of the controller. The EMS Load Status virtual button controls the energy management system. In rare cases, too much electrical power may be required. The EMS system lists 110-volt appliances and a priority for usage. In the case of reduced power, the EMS system will shed different loads to make sure the motorhome protects itself from popping a circuit breaker. The menu lists, in order, what function will shed first. If further electrical power is not available after shedding a load, it sheds a load again. This process continues until all loads are shed. As soon as electrical power is restored, the shed loads will be re-engaged. Once again, to return to the main AC screen, push the AC Power Page virtual button at the bottom of the page or the AC Hard button on the side of the controller. The Gen/AGS option. This button provides access to a new page. The first option will be AGS triggers. These menu items are set at the factory. No further changes are needed to have the AGS system work correctly. If changes are absolutely necessary, use the virtual button to scroll to other options. At the bottom of this page, the second virtual button is AGS Set. This screen provides access to the automatic generator start settings. Once again, these settings are preset at the factory. Changes to these settings can be completed using the virtual buttons and scrolling through the options. Genset. This is the final button located at the bottom of the page. These settings are used along with the AGS system to complete the generator run cycle. Changes here determine the amount of time the generator will run when the AGS system is engaged.